But, question for you. Your hockey expertise here. I usually defer to you for football, but I know you know hockey too. Somebody wrote in here earlier with the Oilers losing 3-0 at the Islanders and said, why is it that we always have to run into a hot goalie? And I assume that person watched the game. 49 shots on goal last night. I think it was Sorokin in goal for the Islanders. 49 saves in a shutout against the Edmonton Oilers. And it's just ironic that one hockey scout that texted me, he's now watching. He was the guy that said last night that the Oilers, and at times the Flames have played peewee defense. And it's very frustrating to me. I really don't think they understand. You lose 3-0 and think, well, we ran into a hot goalie. Dang our luck. We still gave up 3, and they're just not a very good defensive team right now, the Edmonton Oilers, Evander Kane or not. A lot of teams aren't. You saw what I put on social media last night. Everybody's infatuated with points, not just the fans, but the players. Everybody knows Matthew Tkachuk had, 114 points last year? It was over 100. Maybe it was 104, but whatever. That's what he got paid. Why he got paid. $8.5 million for the Florida Panthers, which incidentally, the Panthers beat the Boston Bruins here last night. And I meant to get into that story too. I didn't go to the Panthers game last night because I had to judiciously pick my sports viewing. That has not changed. There's so much going on in South Florida. I can't go to a game every night. I could, but I can't. So Friday night, I'll go to the high school football game. Cardinal Gibbons at American Heritage. Saturday night, I'm going to go to the Blues and the Panthers. Tkachuk had a goal and an assist for the Panthers last night in the win, and I think they will be heard from in the end. My question to you is this. You put up 49 shots and lose 3-0. You just go, our darn luck. We'll get them next time. Or do you look at the tape and go, well, we could have been better in this area, in that area, in this area. What do you think?
There is multiple areas they could have and should have been better at. You can't just look at shots, because one of the things you have to look at, where are these shots coming from? You know, you can step over the blue line and fire 49 shots in. The goalie's going to stop all of those, and it's not spectacular. Things that need to get cleaned up in Edmonton, it's their defensive zone communication. You're having 3 or 4 guys standing around, the puck's in the net, and they look, well, whose guy was that? So communication's an issue. They still need to get out to better starts. They were not getting shots in the first 10 minutes. They were getting outplayed early in that hockey game. And then they were playing catch up the rest of the game. And it came down to burying their chances. So there are a lot of different areas to clean up for the Oilers. It's not just about shots for and against. It's not just about scoring chances. You got to look at their start. You got to look at their defensive zone communication. There are a lot of areas that should be concerning for Oiler fans.
I mean, the game's changed, but it hasn't changed. In that, I remember having lunch with Bernie Perron. And I can't remember if you were there or not. It was at what's the fancy schmancy restaurant in downtown Saskatoon on 21st, perpendicular to Midtown Mall? The really fancy one, not the St. George or something like that.
Oh, the St. Tropez Bistro?
Really old. No, it was the old hotel.
Or was it Taverna? Was it Hotel Senator?
Yeah, that's the one. You and I went to Taverna, and that was fantastic. No, I was there with Watch Your Feet. I'm going to drop some names here. I don't want to break your toes. I was there with Bernie Perron, Grant Fuhr, Martin Brodeur, Eddie Belfour sat right beside me, and that was just, I didn't say much. I just listened. But Bernie Perron goes, you know who's going to win the Stanley Cup this year? I said, I really have no idea. Tell me, Bernie. The best team. Thanks, Tips. And he's like, no, not the most talent, the best team. As a guy that won 2 Stanley Cups, I believe he was right. It was the best team, which reminds me, you guys keep coming with the comments and questions because I could go on a real long monologue and rant here on hockey. I'm not sure you necessarily want me to. But watching the Oilers' lack of defensive commitment, their own zone's one thing, back checking is another. And I see just Leon Draisaitl lazily coming back into his own zone. It's hard. It's not fun to skate hard the other way. I've done it. but it's the teams that do that will win. The Tampa Bay Lightning do it. The Colorado Avalanche do it. The New Jersey Devils right now are doing it. And the Winnipeg Jets do it when they feel they want to. And the Oilers do it when things are going good, but not all the time. And when you do it all the time, that's when you'll have a contender. That's when you might very well have a Stanley Cup champion. But the Oilers aren't doing it right now.